Hello, my name's John, this is a Blood Angel Space Marine, and you're watching Wargames, Models and Other Hobbies. Hello and welcome back to a little bonus video. Yesterday I started painting the red armour of this Blood Angels Space Marine. There is the backpack just there. And since then, I've been painting a few other bits, which I want to talk about today. But as today is the release date of the new Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon box set, I thought it'd be quite nice to run through how I've carried on painting this model. So, first thing, the blue head of this Space Marine, I started out with this Macragge blue. I then used a wash of this blue, the Ashraman blue. No longer available, but any blue wash would work for that. Or, alternatively, you could use a contrast paint similar to the way I did the red. And then I did a light dry brushing of Calgar blue, which I feel has given a really nice look to that. Obviously, I've got to paint a few other details around the head, the bionic eye and things like that. I've then gone on to painting all of the kind of the leather work. This was done with Rhinox hide, and then I've dry brushed it with Rakarth flesh. And the next step, which I'm going to do right now, is paint over that with Agrax Earthshade. So let's paint over that right now. Now today is the release day for 11th edition, and because I ordered mine by post, chances are I've got to wait till Monday till I get it, just because of the way things are delivered. But that doesn't bother me, because I'm hoping it'll give me a chance to finish off a few of these extra models that I want to do for the Blood Angels in that box set. And I have decided that I'm going to paint them up as Blood Angels. If you want to see the method I used, oops, sorry, off camera there. If you want to see the method I used to paint the red armour, I'll leave a link in the description to yesterday's video. And if you want to see me paint any of the models from the Armageddon box set, please drop a like, put a comment in, and I'd be happy to run through that process. I am thinking of possibly doing a few conversions in the box set, but I'm not sure yet. Or substitutions. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can keep in shot while I'm painting. So that was the brown. I'm now going to let that dry a little bit. And then just talking about the metal that has been heated on this weapon, I used three main colours for that, and that was, at one end I painted a yellow wash. This one's no longer available, but you can get the equivalents. I then painted the end with that blue wash that I used on the head. Again, alternatives are available now. And then I went with this violet to paint in the middle, just as a transitional colour between the two. And I did that while it was all wet still, so the yellow was wet and the blue was wet, and then I made sure that the purple went on, so it gets a little bit of merging of colours in there. But I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Now the weapons on here, you'll see I've just done a simple base colour. I used the Skaven Blight Dinge, the same as I did for the other darker sections on the model, and instead of using the Lead Belcher as I did on the silver parts of the armour, I've gone for a lighter Iron Breaker on all of those parts. And the next step that I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint over that with Nuln Oil, and this is my go-to quick way of painting weapons, is a single colour and then going over it with Nuln Oil. You can always add more detail to it later on if you want to pick out different colours and things like that, but for a gaming model it's quite okay just to do it nicely, quickly and simply. And I'm going to put quite a bit on because it will even itself out across the model itself as I paint that on. And with any of these washes, you don't have to be very careful with where they go. If they go over the model slightly and go onto other sections, that's okay, to be honest, as it just weathers up other sections. But let's just get that done there. So there is the pistol. We'll let that dry, and let's just do the rest of the main weapon. Obviously I've got quite a few other little bits to paint on this model. I've got purity seals, a few little details and things, but what I will do at the end of this video, I'll put some shots up of the model complete. I won't finish the base yet. I'm going to wait till I've painted all of the models from the box set before I do the bases at the same time. Kind of want to do that as a more unified process. If you'd like to see a video on that when I do it, as always, just drop a comment. I'd be happy to do so. Just want to get a nice bit of Nuln oil all over this. And I might do a few coats of this over time. It all depends on how it looks as it comes out. But I do like building up different levels of washes within my models as part of the paint scheme. But yeah, washes, quick way to get some nice colour to your model. And it doesn't have to be overly complicated. But if you'd like to see me paint a whole squad with this technique for the Blood Angels, I'd be happy to do so. Just let me know. I am looking forward to painting the land speeder when that turns up, but obviously I've got to make them all first, and I'll probably do some videos of that. Let's just paint over the spent canister. Quite a lot of Nuln oil over that, that's okay. There we go. Okay, I got everything. Yeah, I think that's okay for now. Well, so just a little quick video showing you the progress of this Blood Angel Space Marine. If you want to see the previous video, I'll put a link in the description, and at the end of this I'll put some stills of this completed model. If you are getting Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon today, I hope you really enjoy it. Let me know what you're planning to paint the models as, whether you're going to stick with Blood Angels or any other Space Marine army, and what are you going to paint the Orcs as? Are you going to keep them as Goths or maybe paint them as one of the other clans? But for now, all I can say is thank you so much for tuning in. My name's John, and you've been watching Wargames, Models, and Other Hobbies.